For about a year now, the Asus ROG Ally X has pretty much been the king of handhelds, and for good reason. It's been sitting on the throne, giving us desktop-level performance in a machine you can just toss in your bag. It was, and still is, a seriously impressive piece of tech. Join me as I put the ROG Ally X to the test and see if it still reigns supreme in the handheld gaming world after almost a year. But its time on top might be coming to an end. This space has become an absolute war zone, and a new challenger built by two giants is stepping into the ring, the ROG Xbox Ally X. And if you're thinking about buying a handheld gaming PC right now, picking the wrong one could mean wasting hundreds of dollars on a device with clunky software and a battery that dies before you even finish the first mission. So today, we're going to figure out once and for all if the ROG Ally X is still the king, or if your hard-earned cash is better spent on the new royalty. This is the old guard versus the new blood. Let's get into it.
Section 1. The Reigning King, a year on the throne.
Before we size up the challenger, we have to give props to the current king. When the ROG Ally X launched, it felt like a massive step up. It took what the original Ally did and fixed almost every big complaint. Most importantly, it tackled the two biggest sins of those early Windows handhelds: the sketchy SD card, and of course, the battery life. Even now, a year later, the 80-watt-hour battery on the Ally X is a real standout. We're talking about getting you between 2 and 3 hours of playtime in demanding, graphically intense games. That's not just a number on a spec sheet. That's the difference between a fun travel buddy and something that gives you constant battery anxiety. It often outlasts rivals like Lenovo Legion Go. In a world where most powerful handhelds are lucky to hit 90 minutes under load, the X's stamina is still one of its best features. The cooling is seriously effective, and while it's not silent under pressure, it keeps things under control and just works. And let's talk about performance. The AMD Ryzen Z1 Extreme chip with a healthy 24 gigs of RAM is still an absolute beast. It chews through modern AAA games, and that extra RAM means you can multitask or have a bunch of browser tabs open without the whole system grinding to a halt. This isn't just for indie games. It's a portable powerhouse that can run titles like Forza Horizon 5 and Doom Eternal Battle Mode. And that screen, it's a cherry on top. A bright, colorful 7-inch 1080p panel that hits a super smooth 120Hz with variable refresh rate. Games look sharp, motion is fluid, and you can say goodbye to screen tearing. It's a top-shelf display that's still tough to beat. But no king is perfect. And we have to be real about the flaws. The biggest one has always been the software. Windows 11 is incredibly powerful. You can run any game store, any emulator, and any mode you want. But let's be honest, it can be a pain on a small touch screen. Asus Armory Crate software tries its best to give you a console-style menu, and it has improved. But it's still just a layer on top of an OS made for a mouse and a keyboard. And while the ergonomics are good and the device is fairly comfortable, its flatter design isn't for everyone. So that's the ROG Ally X, a proven champ with incredible power and stamina, but a slightly clanky way of running its kingdom. It set a really high bar. Now let's see if the new challenger can clear it.
Section 2. The challenger approaches. The ROG Xbox Ally X.
So let's talk about the challenger, the ROG Xbox Ally X. This isn't just another handheld. It's a device co-developed by Asus and Microsoft, set to launch this holiday season. It's a direct partnership aimed at creating the ultimate Windows handheld. And on paper, it looks like it could be the real deal. The core of this new machine is the next-gen AMD Ryzen AI Z2 Extreme processor. The key part of that name is AI. This chip has dedicated Neural Processing Unit, or NPU. This isn't just about raw power, it's about being ready for the future. The NPU is built to speed up AI tasks, which could lead to some incredible new features like smarter performance upscaling or even new AI-driven game mechanics. On paper, this looks like a huge leap forward for handheld processors. But the changes aren't just on the inside. Microsoft and Asus have clearly been listening to the feedback. The ROG Xbox Ally X has new chunkier and more contoured grips that are designed to feel more like a standard Xbox controller, making it more comfortable for the gaming sessions. They've also added impulsive triggers for better haptic feedback, a feature Xbox players know and love. This is a direct fix for one of the few complaints about the original Ally's physical design. However, the biggest game changer could be the software. The ROG Xbox Ally X is launching with the new Xbox Full Screen Mode. This is Microsoft's answer to the Windows problem. It's a dedicated console-like interface meant to make everything feel seamless. Launching games, navigating menus, and chatting with friends, all while freeing up system resources to boost performance. If Microsoft and Asus pull this off, it could fix the single biggest headaches that's plagued every Windows handheld out there. This isn't just a new look, it's a total rethink of how the OS should work on a handheld.
Section 3. The Royal Rumble. Head-to-head breakdown.
So we have the reigning king and the ambitious challenger. Let's see how they stack up where it counts.
Round 1. The design and ergonomics.
This really comes down to what you care about more: portability or pure comfort. The ROG Ally X is known for being relatively slim and light, which is great for carrying it around. The new ROG Xbox Ally X is a bit heavier and larger, but it uses that extra bulk for those more pronounced ergonomic grips modeled after Xbox controller. For people who mostly play at home and want maximum comfort, the chunkier design of the ROG Xbox Ally X will probably be the winner. But for the traveler who counts every ounce, the leaner ROG Ally X still has an edge. This round is a toss-up. It all depends on what you value most.
Round 2. The display duel.
In a surprising twist, this round is a tie. Both devices have the exact same awesome screen, a 7-inch 1080p 120Hz IPS display with variable refresh rate. This is fantastic for us because it means you get a premium visual experience no matter which one you pick. The colors pop, the motion is silky smooth, and there's no screen tearing. But it's worth pointing out that neither device went with an OLED panel, which is a key feature on competitors like the Steam Deck OLED. So while the screen is excellent on both, the lack of an OLED option feels like a missed opportunity for both the king and the challenger.
Round 3. The Performance Gauntlet.
This is where things get interesting. The ROG Ally X with its Z1 Extreme and 24 GB of RAM is still incredibly powerful. But the ROG Xbox Ally X is bringing next-gen tech to the fight with its Ryzen A1 Z2 Extreme processor. While we need to wait for independent, real-world testing, the newer Zen 5 architecture and RDNA 3.5 graphics promise more power and better efficiency. This should mean higher frame rates, but more importantly, it unlocks the potential for AI-powered feature that the Z1 Extreme just can't do. On paper, the ROG Xbox Ally X is set to take the performance crown.
Round 4. The Battery Battle.
This is where the ROG Ally X has its home field advantage. Its 80 Wh battery has proven track record of lasting 2 to 3 hours in tough games. The ROG Xbox Ally X is the big unknown here. It has the same large 80 Wh battery, but the new Z2 Extreme chip is more powerful, with the chip's promised efficiency to be enough to match or even beat the endurance of the ROG Ally X. Until it's in our hands and tested, that's a huge question mark. For now, the ROG Ally X is the proven champion of the battery life in high performance category.
Round 5. The Software Experience.
This is a battle of philosophies. Total freedom versus streamlined ease of use. The ROG Ally X gives you the Wild West of Windows 11. You can install anything, customize anything, and tinker to your heart's content. But that freedom comes with clunkiness. The ROG Xbox Ally X, with its new Xbox full screen mode, wants to tame Windows. It promised a curated console-like experience that feels like a PC. For anyone who just wants to turn on their device and jump straight into a game with zero fuss, the software on the ROG Xbox Ally X is a massive selling point and could be the future for all Windows handhelds.
The verdict. Is it time for abdication?
So, after all that, is the ROG Ally X still the king? The answer is complicated. Its time as the undisputed king is definitely over. For the person who demands the absolute best, most powerful, and most future-proof device, the upcoming ROG Xbox Ally X looks ready to take the throne. That new Ryzen A1 Zen 2 Extreme processor is a big deal, and the promise of a truly console-like software experience is exactly what the market has been asking for. But, it's a big but. The ROG Ally X is available right now. It's a known quantity, a powerful and reliable machine. It has what is currently the best-in-class battery life for high-performance handhelds. A beautiful screen, and as the new model gets closer, its price is only getting better. It's no longer the undisputed performance king, but it's gracefully becoming the undisputed value champion. So here's the final breakdown for you.
For the performance chaser and future proofer.
You should probably wait for the ROG Xbox Ally X. You want the latest tech, the highest potential performance, and a polished user experience, and you're willing to pay a premium for the new king.
For the smart money champion.
You should buy the ROG Ally X. You're getting 90 to 95% of the real-world experience for what will likely be much better price. You get a device that's powerful, reliable, and has proven excellent battery life. The ROG Ally X isn't king of the hill anymore. But it hasn't been kicked out of the kingdom either. Instead, it's transformed into something else, the People's Champion. It offers incredible power and a premium experience at a price that's getting harder and harder to pass up. The throne is currently empty, waiting for the ROG Xbox Ally X to arrive and prove it's worthy. The ROG Ally X had a fantastic run at the top, and it's still one of the best recommendations you can make. But the future in the form of the ROG Xbox Ally X is just around the corner. So now I want to hear from you. What's your take? Is the proven power and increasing value of the ROG Ally X the smart buy? Or are you holding out for the next gen tech and software of the ROG Ally Xbox X? Let me know which handheld you think is the true king down in the comments. Look, if this breakdown helped you make sense of all of this, do me a solid and hit that like button. And make sure you're subscribed for more deep dives into the best gaming hardware out there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.